Hello YouTube. Today we're going to review the Peak Design motorcycle bar mount. This is a locking phone mount for motorcycle handlebars. I think after doing the typical research that everybody does on YouTube these days and reading online, etc., I think this is going to be just about as good as it gets for a motorcycle handlebar mount that'll protect the phone and give you everything that I need for a phone mount on a motorcycle. So let's go ahead and get to it and see what we got. Open it up here. So I already cut the tape on the bottom. The packaging reminds me of the old iPhones. This company's really into carbon stuff, carbon emissions. Not anything I'm too shook about, but I think they might make a good setup here. There's a little, maybe this is a little flyer on how to install it. It looks like this is the stuff for putting it in. It's pretty simple. Looks like there's they call it the Slim Link mount head. There's some locking teeth and an arm. A couple for different size handlebars. Looks like they give you a hex key and I'm not going to be able to do an installation video. I'm just kind of going to go over it here, and then maybe later I'll post a video of how it worked out. My concern is to not destroy the camera in my phone. And then this must be, say, read this, lifetime warranty. This is how you register it, I guess. So we'll do that. And I guess this is the mount itself. And it feels like it's got some rubber sort of vibration isolators in there. And those are the teeth that they talk about. And then when you push these buttons on either side, you can see it kind of releases the teeth. Let's see if I'm even getting that in the camera here. Yeah, so that's what releases it from the mount, from the phone. It's not terribly heavy, but it's got a little bit of heft to it. It's solid metal. This piece up here feels like it might be plastic. Maybe there's some metal there. And these are kind of like a rubber coated plastic. This has got like a rubberized surface on it here. And let's see what else is in here. Like it looks like that's the Allen wrench that they talked about. And then these must be the adapters for different size bars. Looks like that's a set. 1 1/8. And these are 1 inch. I'd say that probably weighs about almost a pound. It's pretty hefty. And then there must be a set in here too, that looks like, because these are rubber. I saw one video where a guy was talking about he didn't like the fact that for his handlebars on his motorcycle, he was unable to use Well, you know what? That's for securing it to the arm. But I kind of need to swing it out of the way anyway, so I guess I still need to loosen that. He was talking about how he didn't like the way that he couldn't install it on his handlebars had to take all the rubber. And he didn't like that. He thought that that was no good. He fussed around with a bunch of different tape and stuff. And I mean, I understand wanting to protect, you know, your fancy handlebars and stuff, but your handlebar clamps don't have rubber grommets in them, and that's what holds your handlebars on the motorcycle. I guess I kind of get it, but I don't know, dude. Like it's aluminum. It's not like once it tightens down, it's not really going to hurt anything. It might, I suppose, if you have painted handlebars. I don't know. It's friggin' handlebars. I mean, is it really that big of a deal? And so there's some kind of like, there's a part number in here, Peak Design, made in China. Yay. Everything's made in China. Seems. So that's that. And then let's take a look at the case. This I haven't opened. Get my Chinese knife, which I love, by the way. It's a Civivi Elementum. Great little knife. For the money, you really can't beat it. So these guys at Peak say that they, oh, okay, this is a slide out, destroying the packaging. So this is the case. It's supposed to be all made out of like recycled materials. Climate neutral, certified, 100% carbon neutral. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but I think they're barking up the wrong tree on that one. Let's see, connect your phone to your life. Looks like they make a whole bunch of different charging stands and stuff. I read about some of these things. It's another one of those, scan this and warranty, register your product, and this must be a fancy sticker. There we go. Peak Design. I'm not opposed to the climate neutral stuff, but so we're having these things made over in China because it's cheaper to make it over there because they don't have as much regulations and they don't pay their people as much. And they tear up the environment shipping these things over from China, and I don't know. But I digress. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do the work. So I guess I'll shut up. But this is pretty nice. It looks like it's got like a little, I like this idea here. They bulge out the plastic to prevent the lenses on the camera from coming into contact with things. A lot of times I'll buy like sunglasses and glasses. These are my old beater glasses, but I like it when the frame kind of sticks out beyond the lens a little bit so that, you know, if you whack something, it doesn't scratch the lens so easily. And same thing with sunglasses. They look really nice when the lenses are fully exposed and curved out, but then when they touch anything, it scratches the hell out of them. So then this will, it's got like a magnet in it, I guess, that grabs it and pulls it on there. And there it is. And then you just give this little pinch in the back and pull it off, supposedly. Yeah, there it is. The only thing that's holding it's the magnet. Wow, that's pretty easy. That's what all the videos said. And then when it's clipped on, it feels like it's on there, like it's not coming off. And it's got some flex to it. And Again, I was worried about, with the stabilization stuff in the phone. I've heard horror stories about the cameras getting destroyed in the phone because the vibration, especially from a twin motorcycle, will have a tendency to shake the hell out of them. And I would imagine it's really bad on like rigid choppers and with rigid mounted engines. This is a much newer motorcycle here that I'm going to put this on. It's got rubber mounted handlebars and a rubber mounted engine. I'm pretty sure it's rubber mounted engine. And I know it's balanced. And the vibration isolation in this, hopefully that'll be enough to protect the internals of the phone and keep it from ruining the stabilization system in the camera. So you pinch these in here. This is the kind of stuff that I didn't see when I looked at YouTube videos, was how does this actually work? And so there you go. You don't have to pinch those to put it on. You can just, and it kind of seems to find. So that seems pretty awesome to me. Like I said, I looked at a bunch of videos, and there's a couple guys that really inspected the hell out of these things and tried pulling on them and all sorts of stuff. And these Peak designs seem to. I do like this case. It's very classy looking. This has kind of got like a cloth feel to it, which is kind of what I expected. This is kind of a harder plastic. But they put kind of like ridges on the inside to kind of soften it up, I guess. Not sure how shock resistant this will be. It's obviously better than just dropping your phone. I think it's going to be okay. Feels pretty good. It's firm enough so that it's not going to be all falling out of there and swelling up like sometimes phone cases have a tendency to do from oil on your hands. I don't know. Looks pretty good to me. It was worth taking a. They're not terribly expensive either. The cases aren't bad. I think they're like $39 or something. And if you go to Peak Design, they kind of give you some incentives to buy it directly from them. And I like the fact that they're trying to do something positive for the world. I don't think that that's a bad idea. I really don't. I guess I should not be critical of that. I just have my own thoughts on that. But at least they're trying. At least people are trying, and that's important, I guess. All right, so I'm going to put it on the bike, and then we'll look at it after it's installed. So I measured the handlebars, and they're 1 inch. And just wanted to point out another design feature that I like about these. They put these little like nubs on these rubber pieces, and those engage these recesses in this machined aluminum bracket, which is really, a good way to do that. They definitely put some thought into this. Those, not only do they kind of hold that rubber in there from falling out while you're trying to do the installation, but they also, with the way they have the squared off bottom and the side to them, they're going to keep this thing from rotating, which is kind of a big deal if you've ever messed around with stuff like this before. One of the problems with the handlebars is they're round, and things have a tendency to, if it's not clamped real tight, especially if you start putting rubber or anything in there that's not really getting good friction, it can very easily rotate, which would be absolutely annoying as hell. And there's probably ways you could fix it, but it's always one of those things. It seems like I've dealt with a few handlebar mounted things over the years, and it just always turns into this, that's a smart little thing that they did that makes a lot of difference. So, all right, just wanted to point that out. All right, so here it is. This is a 2022 Lowrider ST, Harley Davidson. And I'm just gonna sit on the bike here. So this is where I decided to mount it. This is, I bought this little thing. So this stereo on this bike is Bluetooth. So it runs off my phone. That's part of the reason why I felt like I needed to put this mount on this bike in the first place, is because you pretty much, if you have your phone in your pocket, once you start using this thing, it just, like, as soon as you turn the bike on, it grabs the music and just starts playing it. And if you had it turned up really loud, it's really loud. You got to get your phone, blah, blah, blah. It's a pain in the ass. So I bought this little thing here. It was cheap. And it just allows you, like, you can pop this out of there. It's just a cheap little plastic thing, but it allows you to, like, remotely control the Bluetooth features of your phone. And it worked adequately, but you still, like, if you get a phone call or anything like that, you have no idea who it is. Obviously you can't talk to them because your phone's in your pocket. I'm not a big fan of having all this technology stuff on my face all the time, but with my job, I need to know if somebody's trying to call me. So this will take a lot of the pressure off, instead of having to stop every 20 minutes and look at my phone to make sure I didn't get a phone call. And, is that a vibration in my pocket? Like this way I can see it. I can control the radio. If I'm going on a long ride, I'll be able to, use the GPS and see it and not have to, for years I would memorize stuff on a map until I ran out of memory, which is not going great in my old age now. But so there it is. That's where the phone ends up. It still gives me access to the information screen, indicator lights. If I really had in a perfect world, I think I'd installed it down here on one of these and have it so it's kind of tucked down in here, which I think would be really well hidden, kind of out of the way, right in this area. But you'd need like some sort of a 90-degree conversion on this. I played around with it, and there's really no way you can get this arm to work like that. So that's where it's going to be. I can't put my phone in it because I'm using the phone to shoot the video. But that's where it's going to sit. I can release it. You only have to push one of those buttons. I can grab it here. My finger touches the button right under here, and I can just release it like this. Or you can do it from this side. Your thumb, take it off. So I think it's pretty nice. I think Peak Design has got it. I looked at the quad lock. The thing about the quad locks is you have to twist them to get them on and off, so mounting becomes a little bit more of an issue. I think this is going to work really well. It seems like the handlebars on these are rubber mounted as well, and this is rubber mounted. I think between those two, it should be pretty good. I don't like having this phone sitting up here on my handlebars like this. It kind of bugs me. I'm kind of old school on that sort of stuff. I like just riding my motorcycle and not having all these other things going on. But again, I need to know if somebody's calling me. I need to know who it is, and because in my job, I'm on call a lot, and I need to know if the people from work are calling me or not. So I guess I don't really have a choice, and I'll make the best of it, right? It allows me to control the Bluetooth the stereo, and it'll allow me to have GPS, and it's up high enough so if I'm riding down the road, you know, I'm not looking away from the road. Again, if it was down here, I wouldn't really be either. But this is okay. You know, we'll see how it goes. If it's too much of a problem, hey, I'll machine a bracket and make it so that, because these are 1-inch bars, the risers on this are 1-inch bars too. So I could probably machine some sort of an adapter or something that would attach so that you could mount it like down here in this area. But then you got to reach for it. This is kind of nice. I mean, the handlebar's right here. I can just reach over if I need to, you know, change the GPS or something like that. You know, or text while I'm driving. Yeah, there you go. No, I'm not gonna do that. Don't do that. And but anyway, there it is. I think it's gonna work really well. Comes right on and off, really easy. It's got lots of vibration mounting features to it, and it seems like it's very secure on there. I like it. So there you go. Good luck.